Welcome back. Oh, oops. Okay, welcome back once again. Welcome back to the evening Elden Ring uh, gameplay, where um, anybody that's new, we're second playthrough or new game plus one. We're not really following any storyline here. We're just looking around, looking for lore hints or anything, any connections that we can find without reading too much into things, even though sometimes we might. So grab a cup of coffee. It's getting cold, and let's see what we can come up with. So, so I did a poll today about either doing a video on Dragon Communion or a Night of Black Knives, and I think people are they're pretty done with Night of Black Knives. They're gonna believe what they're gonna believe. So I will push off the Night of Black Knives video off a little while more. Um, and then I'll work on this Dragon Communion one instead. I wrote more things down on the lore board that I have here in my office. A couple more theories, or one's a theory, one's an analysis. So, yeah. And so, big news today, Elden Ring Night Rain getting some more DLC coming in December. So I got to get back to playing that, get good at that game. Um, because I feel like I'm going to be missing out on some lore, even though essentially the timeline, no, I guess the present in that game is not the same as the present in this game, but the lore is the same. And lore, as we all know, is the mythos and the stuff in the history, right, of the game. All that's going to be the same up to the shattering of the Elden Ring, right? That's when the timelines diverge. Um, so it's very exciting, and I am a huge Elden Ring fan and a huge Dark Souls fan. Um, so I really want to get into that. I'm just really bad at that style of game. The the high the timer countdown. I just don't do well with that. It causes anxiety and, or not anxiety. I'm sorry. That it stresses. It's a stressor, which I don't find very fun. I like to take things at my own pace and things of that nature. But you know, it's good to learn and expand. So I will add that into the catalog of games that I play besides Final Fantasy Tactics and Helldivers 2 when it's interesting. Um, Unfortunately for Helldivers 2, there's nothing really interesting going on right now, which kind of sucks because that is a fun game. Another drink of coffee, nice. Black Rifle coffee, I love it. Anyways, I'm not sponsored, but I'll give a shout out to them just because. Let's see. So with the Dragon Communion, well, let's get started with Dragon Communion. But oh, you know what? First, before we do that, let us put our summon sign out and help the people while we try to put a case together for this Dragon Communion um, theory. And then when I feel like I have a good case for it, I'll put it all together, make it a video. Let's see, let's do that. And since we're golden, the Golden Inquisitor will stay. We won't use the mirror. Well, let's see. We'll use, man, there's so many. Let's use this. We'll use this since we're going to be using, do we have the hammer? Yeah, we got the hammer. Okay. Okay then. Well, if we're using that, yeah, we'll see how that works. Okay. So, so to start off with, so I was looking around here at Dragon Communion. I think this is the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, right? Or is the... I know there's a grace around here. Oh yeah, Cathedral of Dragon Communion. All right, let's put our sign out there. Okay, so the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, if we look at it, what's one thing that we notice, right? Besides the dragon in the room, the elephant in the room, this dragon, right? All right, we'll just address this first. So we have this ancient dragon here. It appears that both sets of wings have been removed. The tail is still intact. So we can safely assume that the wings, the reason that we don't see them is because they've been harvested for somber smithing stones, I believe. Yeah. Or is it any of the stones? Let me double check that. Let's see. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna say that one does have teeth. Okay, we're gonna say the ancient smithing stones and ancient somber smithings, or maybe all the smithing stones since they're white. Yeah, because they've been drained of color, right? And this one seems to have some type of teeth or fins, spikes, something like that. Smaller, something on the edge of wings, maybe. Anyways, so they've been harvested for smithing stones of some type. Where was I? So okay, so this is what we have. So the question is, did this creature reside in the church? Did it take human form? Was it because we know that the ancient dragons can take a humanoid form, right? When it died or when it was killed, did it revert back to this monstrosity, back to the dragon form? Oh, there's a body there. So we have that. Or during we could say during a battle, was it killed? Did it fall into the church, right? Oh, look at the eye. The eyes are slitted. Okay, nice. Okay, we can see that. All right. Since it happened so long ago, I don't think there's a real definite answer to no. But I mean, because if it crashed down, right, there would be pieces of the roof. I guess there is pieces of the roof there. Maybe it did crash down. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we could say if it did crash down, then we know that that's why that external wall there is lopsided. Or was it the... Oh, I don't have my HUD on. Let's see if we can do this. Can we kill him without the HUD? Of course we can. Okay. Did he, or oh look, here's a piece of Paramazula. did he fall down with Fair Missoula? Well, we know that the dragons formed a living wall against their lord around their lord Placidusax sometime around the end of the Dragon Civil War or something like that. So could he have fallen with this piece? Fallen after? What I mean, if we look at this critically, right? If like say if we believe that FromSoft is very what's the word? If they're well, we know. Well, what's the word? What is the word? The one that says that well, if we know if they pay attention to detail, that word. If they pay attention to detail in a high sense, right? Really highly detailed creativeness, like we assume that they are. If this fell out of the sky recently, like before this happened, or around the same time, then they would have put like some type of ground distortions, saying that this landed here. You know, the ground would be upheaved in some type of way, right? Like when you throw a rock into the dirt. Now, if they pay that much attention to detail, we would say that. But since at this point, I don't, you know, we can't, we will have to disregard the grass because we know that this happened ages ago and the grass has grown over it. So what we can say, and I think it's probably the closer reason, is that this happened before that. Before the destruction of this happened because the ground is already, you know, molded itself back around this piece of this wall of whatever this construct is, right? What is this? Toxic mushroom. Nice. What is that? Oh. Okay, so back to my thought. Okay, so we can say that this happened before the destruction of this. This probably happened at the beginning of the war, right? If we're somewhere towards it, towards the beginning of the war, and then Baal Placidusax have their confrontation. The war begins, the civil war begins between the dragons, and then humans are brought into dragon communion. All right, I'm still whatchamacallit. Okay, anyways. They're brought into dragon communion, and then this building is built. And this dragon is the steward, or the priestess, or priest. Okay. Okay, so let's say that. But when did? Okay. This dragon is. All right, so let's look at something else here also. These statues, right? These statues have their heads cut off. All of them. There's not a single statue intact anywhere. And what is that? What is that reminiscent of? Where have we seen that defilement of a holy holy image. And if you're thinking Queen America and the Shadowlands, that is correct. And look, these heads are stacked up. They're stacked up here. But there's also human bones here. Lots of human bones. And at first I didn't think anything about it. I was thinking, I had thought maybe these bones were pilgrims or people hiding here in the church when Melania had bloomed her second time or her first time. But if that were true, wouldn't there be some type of be some type of indication or signifier that's saying the scarlet rot was the source of these people's death, right? And so that's what I was thinking at first, and then I was like, well. And then I was thinking, well, okay, so we have the missing heads. We have bones. Let's go look at the other Dragon Communion. Let's go look at the Church of Dragon Communion. And I was thinking, man, what is different here? We have a dragon also dead. The wings harvested as well. Oh, let me put my summon sign out again. Oh, you can't do it. The wings have been harvested as well. And we also have the heads broken off and piled together. And then I was like, who or why would the heads be knocked off? Is it because of time? Is it because of age? At first I thought it was just because of age. You know, it's been such a long time, they've rotted, broken. But then I saw that they were piled together. Piled also here. And if you look, I don't know if you can see that, unlike these dragons here, how they have the 6 fingers, 8 fingers, 3, 6, yeah, 8 fingers, or not 8 fingers, or 8 tendrils, tines on their head. This one over here, I did notice this in the morning, was that one has 2. It looks like it's 2 on these. If you see what I'm looking at, 2 right there, and 2. Dang. This, I wish there was a way to turn off the going transparent. 2 right there, it looks like. All right, so the one thing I started noticing, there's no bones here. There's no bones here, so they're probably, those people were probably killed by the scarlet rot, right? I was like, man, okay. But then, and this is what started my theory. I started looking around. I'm looking through the grass. I'm like, man, there's nothing here. I mean, there's a room over here, some more, and there's nothing. And you're like, there's nothing over here. But if you pull out a torch, and there you have it. Bones piled up. Skulls piled up in front of one of these statues. Human skulls. Like they were sacrificed for the dragons. And then I was like, okay, there's dragon skulls, or there's human skulls. And then, you know, they have a torch right there in the dragon mouth or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's pretty significant in my opinion. Okay, I'm like, were they sacrificing humans to the dragons, to the ancient dragons? And then I was like, are there any more? Are there any more skulls anywhere? And I'm like, I don't see any. I don't see any skulls. I was searching around. I'm like, is there another pile of skulls somewhere? And I didn't see any. I don't see any, right? But then I did find some. I found another set of skulls, but they're hidden. You won't see them. You think, oh, over here? No, not over here. You're like, where would I find another set of skulls? But you know me, being the Golden Inquisitor, I don't quit. And there, behind this statue, behind the grass, right there, another pile of skulls, human skulls behind the statue. Look at that. Can you see that? There you go. That's a perfect shot right there. So, in my tarnished mind, the gears began to crank. They began to turn. I started thinking, wait a minute. We have human sacrifice to the ancient dragons. And this is just a smart church. So you can't say that these people died to the Scarlet Rot because they're on the other side of the continent. And then I came back to the cathedral, and I was like, man, is there any way to know if, you know, can we find bones piled up? We see bones. We see human skulls. We see more. Being the cathedral, this is going to be a bigger place of pilgrimage, a bigger, a more robust place. And that's why there's so many bones. And maybe you don't see them when you're in this view. You know, you only see a few. But they're everywhere. So, Dragon Communion, not only did it turn people into worms, but it also was into, or allowed, or look, there they are. Bones piled up, skulls piled up, literally piled up for sacrifices. In the same manner. Might be reused models, but it's significant. So they sacrificed humans as well as hunting the drakes. So Dragon Communion wasn't as good as people thought. I was thinking about this while I was at work, right? I was like, little gears in my head just turning. Oh, let's put the summon sign out, by the way. Oh. Did it wrong. Hold on. Okay, so where was I? Okay, Dragon Communion. They lied to the humans. Well, the war against Baal and his drakes. Let's say, well, why would the ancient dragons involve the humans, right? we know that what's her name? Where is she? Oh, I think she's already in Ash. Yeah, she's already in Ash. Well, we know he from learning from what was her name? Oh, from Florisax. From Florisax dialogue, when you meet her and you talk to her about the history of Dragon Communion or Baal, she says that Placidus Sax saw something in man, the hunger for power, and wanted to use them to hunt down Baal and the Drakes, right? If Baal and the Drakes, if the hold on, let me restate that. If the ancient dragons were so powerful and they had quotes won their civil war, why did they need to why did they need to involve humans to hunt down Baal and the Drakes? Because the ancient dragons were nearly defeated. They couldn't fight. There wasn't enough of them to start hunting down, I suppose. Or was it that there were more ancient dragons that had sided with Baal than that had sided with Placidus Sax? That's something I was thinking about, right? And we know, and well, we can assume that not all the ancient dragons stayed, you know, in line or on the side of Placidus Sax, because we do find Lanciax in the mountain up here somewhere, right here in Dragon Peak, or maybe it's over here. We find her guarding the way up to Baal. Now you could see her as a prison guard to make sure that Baal never leaves the mountain, or she has sided with Baal to make sure that her liege has time to recuperate, heal, make sure the dragon hunters come for him and stuff like that. She's like the first line of defense. There's no real way to know what side she's on, except that I think she was more of a prison guard, making sure that Baal never left his mountain. But that's just for now. That's what I would think. But if you think that she is on his side, then we know that some of the ancient dragons sided with Baal. Okay. So back to Dragon Communion. Let's get back on topic. Now that we've gone to there. Okay, so here we are. So human sacrifices, Dragon Communion, okay. Hunting down the Drakes. Well, we'll start with one. Started by Placidus Sax after the Dragon Civil War to hunt down the Drakes. To Dragon Communion turns humans after consuming the hearts into worms. W Y R M, right? Worms, whatever, however you pronounce it. To drakes or dragons, lizards. And 3, another thing, I don't know why I'm counting these out, but 3, we also have at these churches the destroyed statues, which are reminiscent to the statues that we find of America in the Land of Shadow. And why is it that they are broke? Why are statues of America broken in the Land of Shadow? Why are they defaced? Because people have stopped believing. People are rebelling. So, here we go. We'll stop there and go help this person. Speak of the devil. We're here to kill Baal, the Dread. Oh no! Oh, here we go. All right, let's put on our gear, put on our right stuff, because dang, we're gonna get torched. It's always good to put on all the affinity talismans, in my opinion. So physical, fire, and the Pearl Drake talisman, because we are gonna get punished pretty harshly. We'll say hello to this guy.
Hey!
We'll put away. We'll put on a little bit heavier armor. We'll put on our Inquisitor armor just cause we got, got to show Baal who's he messing with. He's not messing with some geek off the street. You know what I mean?
Hey!
And where is it? Dang, I can't find my gear.
Hey!
Oh, unless I'm already wearing it. Oh, there it is. It was in this column, right? There it is. Okay, now we can go. I like these boots because they have like cowboy boots. All right, here we go. We gotta do that so we can survive a little bit longer. I'm trying to get in. All right, there we go. What? Oh God, that's not good. Baal. Something. Ooh, what new game is this thing? This guy is Bale's not taking any damage. But it's okay, he's easy. Ooh. You see that? I did 2,100 damage and took off a little bit of life. Hey. Yikes. Baal, the Dread. All right. Put our summon sign back out. All right, let me kill this guy over here first. $22.55, nice. Okay, so, where was I? America. The statues of America and the statues of Dragon Dominion, they've both been defiled. That's because people lost faith in the religion. So, the question is, or my theory, or both, question and theory. Did, before the war against the ancient dragons, was because of this, because of what humanity had learned, the truth about Dragon Communion. Right? It's that's what the war is called, right? Let's look it up. Let me Google that real quick. That's essential for this theory to know the actual name of the war. Let's see. Google. Elden Ring. See. Let's see. Let's see. Remembrance of the Dragon Lord. Remembrance of the planet. No. Dragon Crest Shield. Oh, okay, let's see. In the ancient, okay, no, that's pretty significant there, but not what we're looking for. Okay, Bolt of Grand Sack, Spear. Okay, so so the Bolt of Grand Sacks. Let's look at that. Do I think I have that. That weapon, it is Dragon King's Crackblade. Maybe I don't have it. What the what? I thought I had it. Wait, I know I have it. I gotta have it. It's a thrusting sword, isn't it? What? No, maybe it's a spear. Let's go down. Let's go down. Where are the spears? There it is. The Bolt of Grand Sax. All right. Right here. A great ancient dragon, Grand Sax, once reigned calamity upon the royal capital. The only time in historical record that Lindell's walls have fallen. This marked the dawn of the war against the ancient dragons. Okay, so it is the war against the ancient dragons. And why did it start? Well, the war started on paper, right? Just like all things. They declared war after Grand Sax, you know, did his thing. He attacked Lindell. But why did Grand Sax attack? Right? Why did he attack? That's because the Church of Dragon Communion, the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, were being defaced by humans who had learned the truth. I think that works. Hold on, let's help this guy. Oh jeez. All right. We're gonna face Radigoni. We're gonna need. Oof. What are we gonna need to face Radagon? Well, nothing here. We're not gonna need anything out of any of my weapons. Faith build. All right, let's see. We're gonna need to get rid of this and put on this. Put that on. Oof. I have any lightning spells? Nope. All right. Ready to go. Radagon, you're supposed to do nothing against me. I am all that is death. You never expect the Inquisition. Oh. Get back. Oh, I try to heal. Good luck. Good luck, Tarnished. Okay, so let's get back to what we were theorizing for the next video. All right, so this is what we're learning. This is what we're putting together. Well, let's see what. Well, the I guess the video we'll call it the next video. I'll call it the assault by Grand Sax or something. I don't know. The reason Grand Sax started Attack Lindell and the war against the ancient dragons, how that started, right? So far in this theory, we've come up with one. Okay, so we'll say with humans, people, regular people or whatever, learned. Oh, hold on. Let's not get sidetracked. Put our summon sign out while we wait. Okay, so one, humans learned that the ancient dragons lied to them, and that after eating X amount of hearts, they turned into these monstrosities that were later called worms, right? And we see them crawling around. We run. I think we kill a few of them in the world, right? So they learn about that. Two, they learn about the human sacrifices that are made here at Dragon Communion. So the human sacrifices at Dragon Communion, 3, they deface all of the statues, attack the Dragon Communion churches and cathedral, and that, in a sense, we'll see if we can come up with some other stuff, but that also leads to Grand Sax attacking Lindell in retaliation. Because why else? What else could it be? You know, you have an ancient dragon, right? He's out there doing his thing. Let's see. The ancient dragons are out there. They're doing their thing. They're hunting down Bale and his kind. And then, holy shit, they realize that humans are turned against them, or the humans have turned against them or rebelling against them, right? Now that they've realized about the human sacrifices that they turn into monsters, and so he's come to exact revenge. They, yeah, I think that works. Maybe. Oh, also, let us not forget also that, let's see, there is, I may not have a somber dragon, somber smithing stone. Let me see if we got one in storage. Oh, oh, oh. No. So, okay. All right, let's run through it one more time. Placidus starts Dragon Communion. Humans started up. All right, so everything's good. They're allies, right? Allies, quote allies, but we're really just working for the ancient dragons. So, but humans eventually they learn that one, they turn into monsters. Two, there's human sacrifices in Dragon Communion. That's, let's see, and then once the humans learn those two things, they, I guess you could say, they rebel against the ancient dragons, and they start defacing the churches and the cathedrals. And you could say also that they start hunting the ancient dragons as well, because that's how they get the somber smithing stones and the ancient dragon smithing stones. And so that, oh, here we go. Anyways, so that leads Grand Sax and the other dragons, the ancient dragons, to attack the humans at their capital.
Hey! Hey!
All right, so this is what's her face. We will try this. We'll try this. But most likely, what we're gonna need is old crucible horns, which is fine because crucible horns is this overpowered. Oh, you know what? Let's put on, beef it up a little bit. Oop, I missed. Hold on. That's how it's done. Now we just rinse and repeat. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, man. The main person died. Dang. Okay, so, all right, let's put our summon sign out there again. Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. Stop playing the same note. I'm thinking over here. Okay. I mean, they're like noisy neighbors. One second. Well, get these guys. That is a really good sword. All right. Let's see. Anything good? Envoy's Longhorn. All right. I'm being summoned once again. All right. So let's go over. Do we have time to go over what we're Oh man. All right. After we get done helping this guy, we'll go back over and go through the points of the video that we're gonna be making. Who is this? What are we doing? Oh. All right, we're gonna be helping fight Gaius. All right. Well, how are we gonna fight Gaius? The only way I know how to fight Gaius effectively is with the Halo side. Oh, whoa, that guy, he's hitting hard on this one. Why is he hitting hard? Well, where's Elena? No. Don't heal yourself. Oh, I'm out of magic. All right. I'm too slow with my heals. Come here. Oh man. Okay. Let's go over it again so we don't forget. I should write this down. Okay. Okay. Placidusax starts Dragon Communion. Humans partaking Dragon Communion. Okay, so this is where the theory starts. The humans learn that Dragon Communion turns them into monsters, right? Turns them into worms. That's one. This can be the reasons why. Okay, yeah. Turns them into monsters. They learn about the human sacrifices at Dragon Communion. And so they start defiling or defacing the church and the cathedral, just like the soldiers did in the Shadowlands of America. That's why all these statues their heads are broken off and they're put together. We know that there was human sacrifices here because hidden in the bushes here is a pile of bones or skulls, and behind this statue is another pile of skulls. And the reason why we think that it was human sacrifices is because the Church of Dragon Cathedral has a bunch of skulls and bones over there too, which makes you think it's from Melania's Scarlet Rot, but in fact it's not. And the reason that we know that it's not is because of the bones and skulls piled up in the Church of Dragon Communion. So if there was no bones at the Church of Dragon Communion, there would be no connection. It would be safe to assume that all these people died because of the Scarlet Rot. But since we found these bones piled up at the Church of Dragon Communion in Limgrave, then we can make the connection that it's human sacrifices. So when humans learned about the transformation the human sacrifices. They attacked the churches and defaced the religion. Then Grand Sax went to Lindell, in retaliation, and attacked the capital. And so, yeah, they attacked the capital. And that was when attacking the capital, because if you think about it, if that was happening way down south here, right? How long would it take for that message or for that to reach the capital, right? Perhaps the, word of mouth medieval times. It would take a while. I mean, if we can't really look at it as, we can't really look at the game world as a correct representation of the world, quotes, of this world, right? It's only a video game world, right? So we can assume that the people in the capital didn't know what was going on down here, what these humans, the civilization, the southern people had learned the truth of Dragon Communion and what they were doing. So when Grand Sax attacked the capital, they were taken off guard. They didn't know what the hell, right? Because otherwise it would have been some type of defense. It would have been better. The war wouldn't have started at his attack. It would have started when they had learned, hey, this religion is false. They're using us. Perhaps also another thing, another reason. Well, let's think about it this way. If why would the dragons even care, right? Why would they even care that, about the humans finding out the truth about the religion, about Dragon Communion? Unless in finding out the truth, those who partook in Dragon Communion not only started defiling the churches and cathedrals, but also started killing ancient dragons. And we know that they killed the ancient dragons because we can assume that they harvested the wings, because neither this one nor the one over there in Limgrave have its wings. Let's put our sign out. And if it doesn't have its wings, they've been harvested probably for somber smithing stones or ancient dragon smithing stones. And that's probably another reason Grand Sax attacked as well. That's probably the final straw that provoked his attack. That, now they're killing us. Now they realize they can use our scales for their weaponizing our scales. Now we have to wipe them out. I think we could make that a bullet point also. I think that works. What else? Is there anything else that we can learn from this place? Oh, I'm being summoned. Okay. What else could we learn from this place? Is it going to be Bale again? Oh, where's another dragon? Is it going to be that dragon? That Lich dragon? Or is he going to want to do this? What's this guy? What?
Hey! Hey!
Jack Burton. Alright, he needs help with the dragon. Melina Maki? Alright. Switch this out for the fire one. Alright, so we'll assume this guy is new game plus 7. Let's see. We'll throw this at this. Oh. We've been invaded by Beatrice. Alright, at least new game 4. Where's the invader? Oh, shit. The invader. Are they coming after us? Well, the invader's dead. I helped. I did my part. No, Jack Burton. No. Dang. All right, let's put our summon sign out there again. Let's see. Let's get up tall. If we can get an aerial view, we might learn something. Oops. Come on, Torrent. You can jump. What the? Alright. Let's go up this one. What? Oh my god. America. Give us. What? Really? All right, here we go. Let's see. What can we see? I never noticed that there was a guy down there. Maybe did I wonder if he had something like in the very beginning that I don't remember. Oh, am I getting summoned? Hmm. You know what? Another thing that I, when it comes to the timeline, right? You know, it says when you get to Fair Missoula, you see all the beastmen and the dragons inside the walls. But if these pieces here are from Fair Missoula, also you don't see the beastmen encased in the walls or any dragon parts. So that must mean, look at that. That must mean that crumbling Fair Missoula was hit by this meteor or whatever, caused it to explode before the dragons and the beastmen formed a living wall of rock to defend Placidusax. Unless FromSoft intentionally did not put the beastmen here. Or anywhere else in the pieces that we find throughout Caelid and Limgrave, and even as far north here in the Liurny of the Lakes. Or even up here. So that's like the one thing that always I question, right? Did they intentionally not put it to hide something, or did they, or did they, okay, so did they intentionally not put it to hide the fact that it's Fair Missoula, or did they do it intentionally to show that it happened before they started melding themselves into the stone? Because if that was the case, that means, so now we know that they melded themselves into the stone to protect Placidusax after or during, no, probably after his confrontation with Baal. And if something, oh, you know what? Since we know how powerful Baal is, well, in his broken state that he is, in his prime, could he have hit Fair Missoula and destroyed it? Could he have been the reason why, well, it's floating in the sky also, so it's got to do with gravity, maybe. A meteor, so anything with gravity, magic, or anything like that's from beyond the stars. Bum, bum, bum. Is this guy looking for me up here? What's he doing? Okay, so if anybody's listening, what you're probably wondering is, then Okay, so that is okay. So if the ancient dragon war against the ancient dragons happened the way that I theorize, right? And then Godwin, you know, defeats Grand Sax, and then the war goes on, and then they are then he defeats Florida Sax, yeah, and then they give him the somber smithing stone tin or something like that to as a symbol of peace, and then the ancient dragon cult starts, and I think that is the evolution of Dragon Communion, because at this point we know that the ancient or was it ancient Earth Tree guys or whatever, where are they? These guys right here, malformed dragon helmet. All right, the right here, the adorn. Okay, this is adorned with the various dragon imagery and worn by misshapen tree sentinels. Tree sentinels. After the great ancient dragon Grand Sax attack, the sentinels had an epiphany. The only way to truly protect the Erd tree was to become dragons themselves, right? Wait a minute. Perhaps. Wait a minute. Okay, so if the ancient or if the tree sentinels, those knights on the horses. Oh, you know what? Perhaps the. Let's see. Hold on. You know what? Maybe it's a backwater religion. Where is it? Oh, dang. That would make sense. Oh, crumbling Fair Missoula. What are we? Who we've? The twins. Ooh, dang. Are we finding the twins here?
Hey!
Oh, I have some sleep potions. I think. I do. Oh no. Oh, I guess he already beat the twins. We're moving forward. Alright, we need something a little bit faster for these guys. We'll take this. So if the tree sentinels didn't realize that they could turn into dragons if they ate dragon hearts, does that mean that the Dragon Communion, that religion, didn't get that far north? Right? So with the War of the Dragons coming to an end, they had that epiphany, it says. And we know that the banished knights and other knights of the capital can now cast dragon incantations. So with the war ending, Dragon Communion fell out of favor because people knew the truth about it, and so it evolved into incantations. Instead of consuming the hearts and becoming a monster, they were like, oh well, we'll just turn it into incantations and we'll be safe that way, because you can see some knights cast fire spells and stuff like that, and the sigil for Dragon Communion comes up. Did he already? Look at that. The wings. That's the way it's supposed to look like, but the wings in the cathedral and the church don't have those wings. Or the dragons. I know this guy knows what to do. He's probably been here before. Who hasn't been to Fair Missoula? It's the perfect getaway. Man, what the hell? All right, maybe I should change that sword. I'm no, I am. I'm having difficulties. Stupid bird. Is he gonna want to kill all these guys or just let them sleep? Wait, is he gonna want to fight Placidusax? Are we gonna go see Placidusax? Oh, is he? Oh, is he? Oh, he's making a beeline for Malekith. We'll see. We going for it? He's going for it. All right, so there's the Erdtree Sentinel, the malformed one we were talking about. The one that decided, this is the people that decided that they needed to become dragons. So instead of consuming the hearts, they developed the incantations and developed armor and used dragon bones. Yeah. I hope he's not waiting for miracles. Ain't none here. If this is a first game run, or at least a second one, this, yeah, there we go. This should be good damage. Because Malekith has dragon blood. Look at that damage on him. Put his ass to sleep.
Oh, death.
Yes.
Become.
Oh. No, I was watching that. Oh. Come forth. Oh. Oh, get back. Get back. Get back. Look at that damage. That tells me he's got dragon blood. Damn, that hurts. I'm out of everything. I'm out of everything. Put this on. We're gonna do our best. Minimum effort. Oh. You got him, big dog. Noah, you got him. Don't give up. Don't give up. You got him. He dead. He dead. All right. All right. Oh, I totally forgot what we were talking about. Dragon Communion. Well, let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. It's been good. We got I'll make the notes. I'll get the video going. And you know what? I'll try to have it out by Friday, maybe sometime next week, maybe next Friday. Yeah, I think that works really well. I really do. I really do. We'll see what the lore community thinks about it. If they tear it apart, that's good. If they don't, that's good too. Either way, I mean, it was fun. It's fun to make these videos. It's fun to theorize, right? That's how you say it. Yeah. Well, what should we call it though? The human sacrifice? No, no. I want to something. What should we call it? I'll think of a name. Yeah, it was some. You know what? Before I log out, before we end this, let's see if we can get a good screenshot. Oh, you know what? You know what a good place to get a good string shot? At the big flame. The big flame. Right here, yeah. Let's turn the HUD off. Wait, how do you... Should be in the fire. Dang. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see this. Let's do it from this side. Like we're getting consumed. Oops, what happened there? Oh man, how do I get that? I did it again. There we go. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, you know what? We can do it from inside the mouth. That's a big dragon. Well, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Look for a great picture. All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll probably play some Helldivers or Final Fantasy Tactics tomorrow, or we'll play some Night Rain. You know what? We'll play some Night Rain tomorrow. We got to get good at that game for the DLC to come out when the DLC comes out. All right then.